Hey, what's
You
up?
can set me up.
What's up, dude?
Don't mind a little setup.
Yeah, I mean, we were just celebrating our year in quarantine, which it's been a year, which is wild. Where were you when you found out that Tom Hanks had COVID?
I was at home. I was definitely at home, and I was actually just the last thing I did. There was a screening of the new Borat movie.
Okay.
That was like a small screening in a theater full of people.
Yeah.
And it was like but it was all comedians. And I remember it was like right when it was like that Tuesday and like Wednesdays when it all kind of happened. And I remember Noah was like getting close to each other, and then Evan, my partner, like trying to be funny, like barreled in and started hugging everybody. And I remember like looking back at that now, I'm just like, you fucking psycho, Evan. Like, what were you doing? We were so young and naive. Like we were joking about it.
Well, it's like that NBA player, Rudy Gobert, like, it's like right before, and like, hey, he starts coughing on all the mics and touching them all. And he's like, haha. And then he got COVID.
At least Evan didn't have COVID. Like, that would have truly been a good time.
Oh, man.
For like 2 weeks, I remember like, am I going to die from the Borat screening? Like that was really what my first 2 weeks of
well, I was saying before you came on the show that we had to do a Black Monday sneak preview at the ArcLight on that Wednesday night. And as we were walking into the theater, they're like, NBA's canceled. Tom Hanks has COVID. I don't know if people should be in this theater. People are leaving the theater. Yasser and I are supposed to tell them, like, hey, just so you know, this is happening. So people are leaving. We're in a theater.
And then you as a comedian are tasked with informing an audience of a public health crisis. That's an awkward position.
This is, by the way, this is something that I saw. I wanted to bring this up. And it's still, people are still scared right now. This is, I saw this week. It says, Liam Gallagher thought he had coronavirus, but his house was just hot. It's confusing and scary.
I get it, man. Sometimes it's just hotter than you would like. You don't know why.
So hard to figure out. So hard to figure out.
Just don't quite get it.
Oh man.
I think my screen is frozen, but you guys can hear me, right?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
You're not frozen. You're behind. You're catching up to yourself.
Yeah. I don't know why this happens to me all the time, but fuck it. Dude, when did you start your company? Everyone's talking about this.
No, it's lovely. We've been working on it for almost 10 years. I think in like 2012 is when we actually started like really working on it in earnest, I guess. And we launched in Canada 2 years ago, and then we launched in Los Angeles just yesterday. And the launch went very well in that our website crashed completely for a very long time.
I've been trying to get on the website, and you have to you basically hit a button, and they're like, we'll tell you when you can get in line to get on the website.
It's better now, but every product is currently sold out, and we are restocking it. But, and it's part. Yeah, we did not. I had no idea. Truth, it's like you know, I knew people would want the weed part probably, but we were also making like home goods, like records, and we made records, and we made ashtrays and lighters and things like that. And that was the thing that like I truly had no idea if anyone would be interested in purchasing them at all.
Well,
and then they were, to the degree that it crashed our website.
But the lighter is awesome. Like everything, I think what I really love about it, and I have not smoked the weed, but I could tell like there's something about it that makes it feel classier. Like I feel like there's nothing out there that feels like it. It feels like, oh, this is like an elevated, like there's an artistic side to it. Like the fact that you have albums that go with your different strains is amazing. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I think there was like a point, like I love weed, and it's something that like I used to, I think, feel maybe shame that like I put as much thought into it as I did, and that I genuinely liked it as much as I did. And then I kind of funneled that thinking into like, Like, I think that other people love it as much as I do, and just nobody's like manifesting things around it that speak to how much people like me love it. And what we would always say is like, in a world where like very ordinary things have a lot of thought put into them, your phone, your fucking headphones and shit like that, like why shouldn't something like that's weed that makes your brain feel different, like why shouldn't that have like more thought like put into it than any product? Because it's arguably, in my opinion, like it's the product I use the most out of any product. It's the product I like the most out of any product. So we were like, to that end, let's like treat it like a product that deserves that,
and,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
And not like be like put away. Like it's like you can have this shit out and not feel like embarrassed by it. Like that's why like the tins look really cool. And like it's like, there's some like design, and you're so right. Like I feel like it is always like I'm putting it in a box, I'm putting it away. I'm like, or you know, it's like it's
we wanted something you were like proud to display. And like in a world where like like everyone has like bars in their home, then that's something I would think a lot about is like I have a bar and I don't even drink, and I have like martini shakers and a whiskey bottle out and shit like that. And we were like, why doesn't like weed should have that stuff? Like why shouldn't weed have a nice ashtray? And even if you don't smoke weed, if your friends come over and you want to just like give them something nice, like again, I don't drink, but I have wine glasses. I never use them, but when friends come over, I like to provide them with a wine glass.
You like to be like, I understand that this might be something you want. And like one of the best parties I ever went to, I mean, I think you were at this party too, where like just people had like bowls of like joints just out too, which just seemed like a really nice way to kind of like, hey, like go do your thing.
Sure. No,
well, Seth, it's funny because I remember seeing you at some point a long time ago, like on a talk show, talking so openly about it, and I remember thinking like, it's so. I mean, not that you were the first person to smoke weed openly, like, you know, that's been happening for millions of years or whatever. But like, just in Hollywood, it seemed like you were one of the first people that was just like so upfront that like, yeah, I smoke weed all the time. It's not a big deal. And I always wondered if like that, if you got any pushback from that, like if people in your circle or in your world were like, I don't know, man, tone it down a little bit with the weed. I mean, you're so good about like cranking out work that would defy any criticism. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you are productive, then you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? To some degree.
I've had people I work with, honestly, like Judd, like hated it that I fucking smoked weed, like, and till it got to the point where I just like hid it from him, basically.
Yeah, did it feel like a dad, like you couldn't do it in front of him?
Yeah. So like, there's been people like that who I've just been like, oh, they just don't like this, so I just. But no one, like, none of my like representation or anything like that has ever been like, and no one from like the movie studio. And we made Pineapple Express like relatively early in our careers, and I think that kind of gave us like carte blanche to like. It's like we've made you so much money off of weed, like how criticize our use of it, and like it was something that but like I think it's also because I'm from Vancouver, where like weed is like there is no stigma around. It essentially was legal there my entire childhood. Like everyone smoked weed, and so I really didn't think it was that big a deal. And then when people would ask me about it, I would talk about it, and then they would keep asking me about it, and like. I remember David Letterman once. I got in a weird, like, he asked me up to his dressing room once before the show, which was very like a surreal experience to like talk to me, which was like a weird. I'd done this forever, and that never happened. And he just wanted to say hi, and I was like, can I ask you why you just asked me about weed essentially every time I'm on the show? And he was like, honestly, because no one will talk about it. He's just like, and it made me think that when I was a young actor and would smoke weed all the time, I remember hearing that Harrison Ford smoked weed, and it made me feel so much better. Like, right. Like, oh, like you can be an actor and smoke weed, and like you can be like a successful person and smoke weed all the time. And so I thought like I should just be honest about it, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who smoke weed who are worried that like it'll make them lazy or never be able to do anything in their life, and that is not true, you know. So,
It's I think also now, because it's becoming legal, I think people are more like okay with saying like, it's something that they do, right? Because I feel like it was like when it's not legal, it's like, oh well,
For sure,
where are you
more
getting
than
that? Or
the fact that there's like famous people asking for our weed and then like posting it on social media, that's not something that would have happened like 2 years ago.
Right.
The most shocking thing to me is like very secretly, like when the NBA came back after this COVID thing, they have instituted this thing where all of a sudden they don't test for marijuana anymore in the NBA.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that was like kind of like, I feel like they were like, please, we need to start the NBA again. They're like, got it. We never test us for weed again. They're like, you got it. Come back. And
is that true? This year? Is that true?
Last year and this year. No more weed testing. Yeah.
I've sent a few ashtrays to a few NBA players over the last few weeks. I won't name. I don't even know who they are, honestly.
Wait, I want to ask you this, but I want to ask you this question because I feel like this is, I was reading about it, about your weed. And I think the thing that's different is what you were saying. Like you've been working on for 10 years, but it's not, you didn't just put your name on something. Like apparently celebrity backed weed has a very like kind of like checkered thing. It's a sort of like, it's just people take the name and it's like, and not to disparage anybody, but they just kind of, they're not involved.
No, for sure. I think it's a lot of people who are not, as involved as I am and is not like, do not have as many opinions probably about weed as I do, and probably do not like hold weed in as high regard in general as I do. But me and Evan like personally picked all the weed that we are going to be like selling, and like we've been trying like hundreds, like I mean it's been going on for years, but I mean in an unofficial capacity, but truly like we've been, if there's a grower who grows weed that we've liked for a long time, these are the people that we've been like reaching out to grow our weed for Houseplant. And it's really like us reaching out to like our favorite growers to grow our favorite strains, and then we like raise the quality standards to like the highest quality standards that exist in the weed business, as far as like the quality of the bud, the freshness of the buds, the size of the buds, all this stuff, because like we just want people like to have a great experience. So when they open their little tin of weed, they should just think it's fucking awesome.
And I didn't even know that you could do like shipping and stuff. So are you sending it? Like, I don't know the laws.
We're only in LA right now, but it is like direct to consumer, like from our website. So again, we ran out of weed currently. We'll have more in a week or two, but we, and there's very little precedent for any of this. So it was hard for us to, we just kind of did our best guess because like again, like we were like there's no numbers to look at. It's
like you shut down the internet like the first day to shut it down.
We had no, like that's never happened. So like we had no idea. Like WandaVision did that, and like, so like we had no idea. Like in the back of my head, honestly, I was like, maybe no one will want to buy this. So like it was truly surprising, but now we are restocking.
Because I have been following like Houseplant in Canada, and I always like, I loved all the style of it. And like they looked like almost like old VHS tapes, and there was like everything looked really cool. But you've also like done, and I guess this will come here to the States soon, which is like the liquid stuff too. That's like seltzer or like stuff like that.
Yeah, we have
too.
drinks in Canada, beverages. Yeah, that is like it's like sparkling water that gets you high, and it's a wonderful product in my opinion. And America. What's weird, I mean, this is a little boring, but but like Canada has a lot more infrastructure because weed is federally legal, so you can bank legally in the weed industry.
Got it.
So that allowed companies to invest like billions of dollars in creating like canning facilities, which don't exist in America because the federal illegality prevent banking from occurring really. So like you can't create like huge infrastructural.
So it's all still cash. Like it's essentially, that's crazy.
In America, are there just like warehouses of cash, like at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where it's just like big boxes like of cash?
I mean, there must be for some people, like, and it is legal, but and you pay taxes on it. But like, there is like, and you can use ATMs and debit cards and stuff like that. But like, cash management is a real part of. The weed business.
Like you have to rent those storage facilities like in Breaking Bad. So crazy. Well, this is awesome. I mean, it's so great. Like again, like this is like the first wave of it. So there's going to be more and more
tons
stuff.
Of products. Yeah, I think every 2 weeks, hopefully until I die, we will be releasing a product, and hopefully that's in a long time from now. So, yeah, we have tons of products that we've been working on, and we're releasing them periodically, basically.
Do you? You also have been. I mean, I think people who follow you on Instagram see that you do the. You're always. Why am I saying
ceramics.
sculpting ceramics? Yeah. So like now people are copying your ceramics to mass produce them. Is that must be kind of a thrill too, right? To have that.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it is. It was weird again, and I think it speaks to like this thing where like maybe I put more thought into weed than almost anyone else.
Right.
It was like a realization that I eventually had in my life, which was fine. And
you made these ceramics?
I designed. They are based off ceramics that I made that look exactly like that, but we produced enough that we could sell them because I can't personally make that much. But I do ceramics and capable of making this. Like I made the prototype for this, and then we.
This is my favorite. This ashtray is the best. Like the cup ashtray.
But now I started making making my own glazes, and I've started making much more weird versions of that same ashtray, basically.
Oh, that's
I took a glaze making work. I have literally a closet full of chemicals like Walter White, and I make my own glazes.
Dude, this is the best. Before we let you go, I wanted to do something with you that Rob and I have done. If you're game for it, I'll say this: we're on a year anniversary of quarantine. Everything is changing. We're going back in the real world. And like things are starting.
I don't want to.
I know. I kind of feel that way too. June's like, "Aren't you so excited to go out?" And I'm like, "I'm kind of happy with what I've been doing."
There's got to be. I feel like we should maintain the cool things that we figured out. Like I don't want to drive to Santa Monica for a meeting. Like let's just do it like this.
Never again.
Yeah.
But I do like. I just like. I don't know. Like there's no pressure. Like I like to go out and eat. I like to do all this stuff, but there's no pressure to do it. It's a sort of like, I don't know. It's weird. I think there's going to be like separation anxiety from it, but
little things like my dog has not been left alone for a year.
Oh, dude, the dog thing is real. That is real.
Like I have true anxiety about having to leave my dog alone again. Like,
I
really don't want to.
We started Black Monday this week, and June and the kids are away, so the dog is like, it's just me and him, and I literally sat by the door the entire time, and when I came home, I feel like he was giving me like a stank eye, like, man, what the fuck did you do?
No,
like,
it's real. They feel it. Yeah.
It's so crazy. All right, so here's the premise, and we'll do it like, here's what I'll say. At one point, we'll go back and we'll do premieres. We'll have all that kind of stuff again. And I was gonna say, like, you are known for being a great dresser. You look great. Vogue is like, you are the most stylish person in the Lion King cast, which is a tall order of that cast. But you dress well. You go to premieres well. And Rob and I have had problems with going to premieres. And I wanted to show you some of the pictures of Rob and I, our first kind of premieres where we didn't really understand how to do stuff. Well, this is just like
the worst.
The worst.
You fucking dick.
There's plenty like that of me out there. It took me a long time to get
no clue.
And then we were like, oh well, we have to be funny on the red carpet.
Yeah, let's be funny.
I remember. Oh yeah, I remember there was a point in my life where I looked around a room and said to myself, I can't wear flannel ever again.
Well, it's so like stupid. Like this is the one that I remember.
Me and Evan have so many of those. And they're still the ones that people use all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's always like this. Like
this one I'm embarrassed about. This one, because I remember this was in Las Vegas and I was like pretty stoned at this one.
Oh,
it's so like, I just am not making sense.
Riggle was drunk. You and I were stoned. And this is like, you can see it all, and then I have this one, but where is it? Hold on, I'm gonna pull it. This is
the next one. I know.
This one, no. Like we're like, we're wearing like pantyhose on our face. All right, so here is the thing that we want to show with you. We want to play this game where we're gonna.
Comedian, it's hard. Yeah, it's a tough arc in a lot of ways.
It is,
because it's like you feel this pressure. Like, do I have to be funny on the red carpet? And I remember somebody told me, no, just don't even smile. Don't even smile.
It took me until like 2 years ago to like when I did like a photo shoot for a magazine or something to be like, I don't think I want to look like a fucking buffoon in these photos. And like that was like a huge like statement for me, which it shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't take like 15 years of making movies to like get to the point where you're confident enough to be like, can I not look like a dumb fucking moron in this photo?
And then you have to have the confidence.
Not, like, be eating my own shit in this picture, like a little spoon or something like that. Like, it's always just like the dumbest fucking thing.
But then you have to have like the confidence to say no, because like I literally was like, I'm not gonna look dumb in this thing, and I know I'm not gonna look dumb. And then you make friends with the photographer, and they're like, wouldn't it be funny if you were on this lawn chair and you're putting your hands through? And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And then all of a sudden, that's the fucking giant photo of me, like, what? I'm like, why did I
start a photo shoot now? I'm always like, I'm not gonna play with my glasses. So just like don't ask me now to like anything like with like funny glasses. Like I was like, and don't ask me to touch my. Well, I still like whenever I see one of my friends in a photo where they're like, who's an actor who they're like touching their. I'm just like, oh man, like. They told you to touch your face and you didn't say no. Like, you don't have to say yes. You can say no. And there's always all these photos with actors where they're like this. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you? Like, clearly the photographer is just like, your head is too boring. I need to like, add some sort of intrigue here. Like, but just say no. Just say like, I think my head is enough.
They walk you into it. They walk you into it. They bring you into a small room. And they go, here's a desk. And you can only put your arm on it and put your head like this. And then all of a sudden you've taken like, it's like you've done this like porn shoot. You don't even know that you've done it. And then you like look at it.
It's like finger your nostril as you like slowly like blow your own wrist. Like, okay.
The worst is like Sundance or Comic-Con. Like those two places are like, those photographers are like, let's do something fun. Let's do something crazy, guys. And you're like,
jump up and down, look around. Oh God.
Always. It's, so, okay.
All right. So this is what we want to have you do is back in the day, movie premieres didn't just bring out people who like were in the movie. They brought out everybody. And we're going to show you some, Rob doesn't know the answer to this either. We're going to show you some people at a premiere, and based on who attended, what they look like, we're gonna try to guess the premiere for this thing. And this is like a good one.
Born for this game.
All right.
Sheer, are you gonna give us clues, Sheer? Because I don't
know the answers.
This is all from the same premiere. It's a pretty epic premiere. And I can open up and give you some questions, but I'll like want you to just get used to it first. All right. So here's the first one. All right. So here it is. Ice-T coming in, wearing the Ricochet hat at a premiere, not for Ricochet. I will tell you that. It's not Ricochet.
Not doing the Samuel L. Jackson where you wear the hat to the premiere.
Yes. All right. So this is our first one up. I'll start going a little bit quicker, but here we go. Sharon Stone giving the finger, wearing a BB King shirt. All right. So she's chill. She's casual.
Is that Sharon Stone's husband? I don't know who that is.
That's a producer, Stephen Bing, I think. I remember looking at.
He killed himself.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Really funny here.
Hey,
really
it was the one where she was giving the finger. I had to do it.
It would have been weirder if he cropped him out of it and then that.
Yeah, that would have like who's that white jacket? He was having a good time. All right. Next one, Nick Cage. All right. So far you got
big names at this premiere.
Big names. You got Nick Cage. You got Ice-T and Sharon Stone. All right. Nick Cage, by the way, doing a funny premiere picture here. I feel like that's like, I feel like he's having some fun. All right. Now,
Paul, I don't even know what year this is.
I'll give you the year in a second. All right. Okay. This is all right. So here we go. This is the next one. This is the year of this jacket. Whoa. Both guys at this premiere in a similar jacket, James Caan and Tony Danza.
Right. It was like 1993 or 4 or something.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to double check it right now. That you're getting. It's definitely in the 90s. Let me see here. It is 1991. 1991.
Oh, I was close.
You're very close. All right. Again, crazy premiere. Like so far, none of these people make sense in this world.
All right. You're going to show us one. It's going to blow the lid off this.
All right. Here we go. Next one. Billy Crystal also wearing all right. Yeah. All right. So
no date for Billy C.
No,
but dressed like both Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in Twins.
It is. That is. This look is never a good look. I just rewatched Harry Met Sally. What he is wearing in there, the amount of shirts tucked into jeans with a nice like ropey belt is all right. So we'll go forward
You
here.
can just put the thing anywhere. That's what's nice about a rope.
All right. So all right.
Some good guesses in the chat, Paul. Some good guesses.
All right. All right, sir. All right.
Oh, young Whoopi. All right.
Whoopi and Eric Bogosian together.
Bogosian.
Did they date?
I don't know. I think it's possible. I'm going to say it's possible here. But this is like a pretty, again.
I'm now reading the comments. I wasn't quick.
Oh, all the same movie, Paul. It's
all the same movie. 1991. All the same movie.
Okay. Some good guesses. Yeah.
All right. Michael Douglas with a very prominent water bottle.
He's on drugs.
All right.
He's on a lot of drugs.
You only need that much water if you're on.
He's like on ecstasy.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, I gotta stay hydrated, man.
And doing it on the red carpet too. Like, I feel like that's something like you like. Someone should be holding his water. I will tell you this. It is a sequel.
I gotta keep this close.
It is a sequel. 1990. All right, and then okay, here we go. We got some.
Sequel.
It's a sequel. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Rennie Harlan and Laura Dern did not know they were a couple.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Is it like Batman Returns?
Ooh, this is getting close. That's a good. Yeah, we're getting in that. We're getting in the world. Getting in the world. All right. All right. Here we go. Next one. All right. Christian Slater also wearing the hat. Also, this is an epic premiere. Christian Slater wearing a hat called Rematch. I couldn't figure out what that was for.
What is that? That's not even a movie.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe
it was one of my favorite movies as a kid, though.
Oh man, I loved Pump Up the Volume. This. All right. So Sandra Bernhardt. This woman in this outfit that looks pretty amazing. There's only one picture of her.
Mercedes Rule?
It wasn't. I looked. Her name is like Laura Casabellas or something like that.
Wow.
All right. And now I think we're getting close to. You guys are gonna figure it out. I think on this next couple of ones here. Oh yeah. All right. So now we got again another nice tucked in jeans and a good look.
Did Stallone spill Coca-Cola down his left leg? What's going on over there?
It's the shadow of his giant blazer.
Tan on tan, by the way.
His knee-length blazer.
I need it down to the calves.
Look at Entertainment Tonight trying so hard to get a word with Stallone.
I don't want the buns to start until my waist.
But I like the tan on tan is a good look. All right, we're getting into it. It's an action movie.
Okay.
Here we go. This is a producer, Joel Silver, who is wearing one of the most.
Lethal Weapon 2?
Ooh, you're close. You're close. You're close. Very close. Joel Silver did produce this.
I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
Hubel,
I don't want to blow it.
All right, let's see. You have only two sides left.
I'm watching the comments. People that are smarter than me.
All right.
Here we go.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. You guys both got it. There it is.
Furlong. What was that kid's name? Furlong?
Edward Furlong and Steve Buscemi. This is like one of the most wild premieres of all time. I feel like this is like a pretty, like I've never seen a cross section of looks and people in one place.
This is a good game. It's hard because in the 90s, like it's everyone dresses so shitty, and that's a tough game.
But it's also like it's like the party that Tony Danza, James Caan, Ice-T, and like Stallone would be at, and they're not in it. Like that seems like the best part. Like
that used to happen. I feel like when I started making movies, there would be famous people who weren't in the movie at the premiere. But that doesn't happen anymore. I'm happy. I'm thrilled if the cast fucking shows up instead of the time. Like nonetheless, the casts of other movies.
Yeah, like Nicolas Cage is like, I heard this. I got to get into Terminator 2. I heard it's good.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So
I remember like Kanye West came to the premiere of Pineapple Express, and like that wasn't like that weird at the time, but now that would be like unheard of.
Just like they want to be the first one there to see it. Well, that was fun. Just to see that. I mean, Seth, Houseplant. People can go to houseplant.com, right, to check it out. It's sold out now, but
congrats, man. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, sign up for our email list and or follow us on social media, and there's updates as to when we are restocking our products and releasing new ones.
That is amazing. Thank you, Seth, for being here, bud.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Talk to you later. Bye bye.